Hello everyone, it's me here. Again, Tyler here on my YouTube channel. Welcome y'all, every viewer, every supporter. I love Chester fry strips. $3, used to be $2. Probably for the smaller size of bag. I guess this is the bigger one. Don't really tell the difference sometimes because, I don't know. I rarely go out my way to get snacks for myself at times, so yeah, my babes, my boyfriend, love him to death. He goes to the store a lot. So versus me, I'm more, again, a recluse, a hermit, a homebody. So yeah. But anyways, hopefully y'all are having a lovely day. I'm trying to make my day the most lovely as it can be, of course. After going through some things at work yesterday, it's my day off today. Thank the universe, of course, for the loveliness of ever. But besides that, you know, I'm the lovely boy here on this side of the internet, here on the land of YouTube. And what day are we gonna have today? A lovely one. So let's get into it, okay? Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and click that bell notification to get more early posts onto my new upcoming YouTube videos on a daily basis, y'all. And of course, follow my TikTok right over here to peer into like my mind, my interests, my hobbies, and just what I have to talk about. Because honestly, I'm gonna be doing more day of my life and just talking videos of what I feel like I'm about. Because again, it's about me, my personality, and I have a lot to say because I want a platform to just talk and be heard and make a community for myself with some online besties, and that can or is you. But yeah, again, enjoy the video. So I've been procrastinating on just making this talking vlog video, just not really sitting down, but standing up and just being charismatic as ever in my own way, even though it's just me being weird and unusual. I'm an Aquarius. Look into that zodiac horoscope sign and you may get something out of that. I really don't know. I'm a skeptic at finest, but I feel like I wanna believe in something, but that's neither here or there. But yeah, I've been procrastinating a lot on this talking vlog video right here. I used to love talking a lot. I used to love making videos of just talking. I feel like they never got a lot of views from me on other channels I've had before this channel, coming back with my original username since I was a kid in my youth. And I used to make a lot of like MV type videos of myself with like popular music back in the day, and plus talking videos, just talking about life, just pouring my heart out. And I feel like those videos would have gotten a lot of views and stuff if I used like a lot of like the tactics and techniques nowadays to put in certain keywords into your bio, you know, linking your social media like to your TikTok like mine, and honestly putting special tags, but of course stuff relating to inside the video, but really taking note into like the whole keywords in your bio description, where that's where all the magic actually happens. And I feel like that's really helping me a lot, besides just putting whatever title that I'm gonna do for this video. I'm just gonna put something, I don't know, not anything daunting, but yeah. But I love just my talking, from TikTok lingo, yapping videos. That's what people call them nowadays. Yeah, I'm a millennial/millennial, get into it. But yeah, just recently switched to public vlogs, you know, because I've always wanted to do that. I was always like a scary, shy, fearful person, you know, of just going out and feeling judged for vlogging. Of course, you know, when you're in like private businesses, they don't usually allow that, especially if it's very like blunt, direct, upfront, and personal, if you're gonna be harassing other folks. And I'm very much about people's privacy. But of course, you know, I've seen the views come in on my videos, and I do appreciate it, y'all. We are so much more closer now to really being more interactive with my videos. I thank y'all for the support. Again, you can like, you know, comment, subscribe and stuff. And again, I can't wait to get to like 500 subscribers so I can either go live and people will be able to just support me more, just, you know, being a YouTuber and stuff, and just putting whatever content I can out there to really just add some value and just add some creative flair and stuff, or just people who just want to see my personality and see me here now and again, see how I'm doing. And of course 1,000, where, you know, I'll be able to monetize my channel and be able to do this, almost being close to doing it 24/7, which I really wish to want to do for myself. You know, something that, you know, I've always like, you can say praise myself about, but I'm not religious, but you know, it's just something that I was conditioned with from my parents as a kid, which was fine. But yeah, I digress on that part. But yeah, about the topic of public vlogging versus just vlogging in general, or doing anything else. You know I always heard and did my research about like how there won't really guide too much traffic to your channels, but honestly, who cares? You know, just have fun, be yourself, and do some weird stuff if you want to. Spin around. Oh, let stuff drop on the ground like this doohickey right here. I know you've heard it, but yeah. And you know, and recently I think I found myself in a little bit of a kerfuffle, and I just, you know, was watching like other people who've already been in the game for a good minute, and they've already got like a bunch of following behind them, and they're really making it their full-time career. And I'm like, what am I really doing with myself? My battery's low on my camera, but it still recorded that part. Anyways, I'm used to that part now on my iPhone. Got it like 3 years ago when I worked at AT&T. But yeah, but you know, I greatly hate / dislike the fact of having to pick between this type of vlogging style and that type of vlogging style. Why not just have all of them? And honestly, I've been looking at, you know, OG YouTubers that's been growing up with me, and they're making like still talking head videos where they're just talking to the camera and people are having discussions, they're subscribing to them. And you know, same for the other videos, which I thought that way better, where people go out, have an adventure, interact with other people, talking nonchalantly with them, being like, it's just normal just to be recording this whole situation, you know. And I always thought like I would just grow naturally and organically just from staying at home, because that's what I want to do. I want to be like a remote worker, and I feel like doing something creative at the same time, like YouTube and TikTok and all other social media platforms, would help me with that. And they will, you know. It's just me being consistently posting and me putting myself out there in front of people's faces, because people won't know who you are unless you do this, you know. So hi, my name's Tyler, nice to meet ya, you know. And I don't think there's really even a versus of which is better from what you may have got from the beginning of this video. It's just me just telling y'all and letting me know I'm supporting y'all in your talents and effort of just doing what you want to do and making it something big of yourself, you know. Put something new into the mix of things, of these genres that people haven't seen before. Maybe a new type of personality like myself, or just different talking points or different things you do in these genres, you know. Public vlogs, you know, where you're out and about, go to the park, play some sports on camera, draw outside on camera, you know. Of course, if you want to do the whole interviewing people in different businesses, you can do that. You know, that's a lot of like extroverted personalityness, and I'm more of an introvert, you know? Yeah, pretty much like the whole like go on hikes or go shopping. But in a sense, I really am a heavy believer in incognito shopping with recording on the camera. Because again, you don't know who will tell you you can't record in here. You gotta leave out of this bitness of sorts. You gotta leave up out of here. Anyways, yeah. But just to end this video off pretty quickly, because this is pretty simple. Honestly, just do what you want for yourself and make your own dreams come true, you know? And of course, other people can support you, collab with you to make that all happen. It's all in communication. We gotta communicate with one another. You know that? So yeah, loveliness as ever. But yeah, I would want to say, for me, I love like these talking head videos where I'm just here, sitting down, aka staying up, talking with y'all, of course. Because you get to see more of my personality, you get to see my opinions. I think now I'm not going to be afraid to tell people about my opinions, because honestly speaking, I'm my own individual person, and people need to know what that type of individual person I am. Like, who is Tyler659? What do I stand for? You know, and I'll say right here, right now, I'm gay. I stand for gay rights. Just off the bat real quickly, for gay pride. Yay, go, gay pride month. I know about that business, so I'm not unsmart on that part. Very much an intellectual sometimes. And I was born in 1994, 28th, the year that Cartoon Network was born. I love cartoons. I love animation. I love anime. I love being creative. You know, I love people who are goofy, chill, respect people's, you know, boundaries. And of course, they respect people as a person. You know, I'm very surface level when it's be like, hi, how are you doing? And be like, I'm doing great. How are you? You know, sometimes I don't do the whole sarcasticness because I can really get on my pet peeve nerves. You see? And I'm 32 years old. You know, don't really like talking to like maybe too young person unless we're just friends, you know, and slash older people unless we're just friends. I'd rather just date people who are romantic of my interest in like my age field just a little bit, either like 28, 29, I'm 32, and you know, from 34 coming down. So like at least 3-year gap difference, which my boyfriend is to me. And I do have a boyfriend. We live in this homely abode together. And I love to bring, or I just want to try to bring lovely flair and air energy. I want to be this optimistic, positive atmosphere on this side of the internet to people. I want to bring a safe space to people, a place where people can come to and feel happy again and really think about things, really have a discussion, because it's fun to doubt things. But yeah. Anyways, that turned into like a completely different video. But yeah, but honestly, this is just like my internal struggles I just talked about in this video. I feel like I finally got out of my system. Like, what should I do? Public vlogging or just vlogging where you're just talking, or talking vlogging where you're just talking to the camera? And again, honestly, it doesn't matter. After I finally talked about this, you know, just do what you want. And at the same time, I feel like for me, my more bigger interest is just talking about things rather than just going out to public. Because again, people's talking videos can do just as well as just going out videos. And they still get a bunch of views just as the public videos. It's just the people who've been on the internet longer and they're not afraid to show their face longer so people can remember them. For the reason why, you know, people lean towards this person a lot. And besides that, they just have a great, empathetic, sympathetic personality where they can show that they care about people and they care, you know, about what they do, you know, or they just want to like, you know, hone their craft, or they just want to like just be seen and heard and communicate with people. And that's just a lot of me sometimes here and there. But I digress. But besides that, much love to everyone here on this planet of the Earth they would call Earth, of course. Peace and love to everyone out there. I know I feel a little bit weird and maybe a little bit manic, but I feel like when it comes down to it, this kind of like me, you know. Anyways, in front of a camera, but I feel like also me when I'm off of the camera. Is my mood shifts here and there, y'all. But you're already seeing that in real time here on the land of YouTube. But besides that, stay lovely.